This is the log of Captain Michael Baker, the leader and head explorer, I guess is the term I'm looking for here, of the Mars terraforming expedition. To begin, the year right now is 2099, and if my calculations are correct, by my estimate, it should be somewhere between October and November back on the planet Earth in my hometown, Philadelphia. Time's funny though, you know? You're so used to it being there for you, telling you what you need to do, when you need to do it by, what projects need to be completed by such time, where you need to go, and what time it is, to be honest with you, is a base one. That when it's gone and you don't really have any real grasp of it, you feel lost in the void. Say one thing though, it's the upside, it's almost freeing. So, I've been here on Mars for the last 10 years. I think it's 10, yeah, it should be 10. 10 years. And I'm currently the only person who keeps working on the automated machinery meant to provide a new environment for the people of Earth to move to. And when I say I'm currently the only person working on the machine, I mean I am literally the only person working on the machinery, as this was a solo mission when NASA first gave it to me. Funny how that works, right? So at this point, Earth is decimated to the point where humanity does have to find a new environment due to the hubris of man. I think in some part the blame. You know, in some regard, I feel like having the time alone on this planet myself, working on the machinery throughout the day, it's giving me a lot of time to think. Yeah, a lot of time to think. I got to contemplate like many things. Like for example, I've thought about the variations, how many variations of the beating of a wing exist. You know, like on the hummingbirds back at Earth, back home on Earth. Barely remember what those things look like at this point. But you ever notice like how each flutter of a wing of a bird is almost like its own artistic expression on behalf of the bird. It's kind of funny, you know? But for all intents and purposes, you are currently looking at the smartest man on the planet of Mars. But in that own way of thinking as well, with a paradoxical sense, I'm also the dumbest man on Mars. I guess I find myself in a situation much akin to the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates. He believed that he was the smartest man alive, or at least that's what everybody told him. But the thing was, he always thought he was the dumbest man alive, because of the fact that he knew, by being the smartest, he did not know everything. It's almost a funny way of thinking, you know? But, hey, I know that by the time people arrive on this planet, when this atmosphere is completely fixed over, I think right now we're sitting at like 33.33337%. By the time the atmosphere is fixed, and the first ships arrive here to bring people and bear these refugees from a dying world, I most likely will be dead. So I hope that these video logs will serve as a chronicle of sorts to explain the deep-seated struggles that I've had to go through, on my time here on Mars. In my time here on Mars. It's kind of scary, but you know, it's also kind of an exciting thought at the same time, you know. Who else do you know who could say they were the first person to die on Mars, right? I don't know. It's terrifying a little bit, but in some regard, I'm ready to meet my maker. I'm ready to meet God. I'm hoping that this long period of isolation and the frequent bouts of insanity that I've had to fight off due to the isolation are penance enough for any sins I have committed in my past life. It's kind of weird to speak it in the past tense because I'm still living it. But, hey, I mean, slog is for the future, right? Alright, so, a thing I've never really addressed in any of my other logs, why I decided to take this mission. If I'm being completely honest, I used to hate people. Humanity was arrogant, angry, greedy, but now I miss the comfort of my own brethren. Being apart from those of my own species is a discomforting experience. And while I initially signed onto this mission for the belief that time away would be good, I would give all of the experience and success I've had on this barren red wasteland to be back home with my family and friends or even just to see the face of another human being. I received a message from my family at home today, but I know deep inside, due to the many miles of space between us, the endless fathoms of dark, crushing cold, that is probably at least 5 or 6 years old, maybe older than that. That message is, I guess, a ghost of what once was. Much in the way how this message will be when it is observed by those who arrive here on Mars. I do have one thing I do have to ask. For the humans who are coming to arrive on this new planet, and when you get here, it will be a new planet, be better than we were on Earth. We were supposed to be the appointed caretakers of that planet, and we still squandered its resources, killed multiple species off, and used our own resources and our own planet, the literal thing that gave us life and supported our lives, for profit. We need to be better. Think of how we need to take care of the planet instead of profiting off of it. This is a second chance. We can't afford to waste it. I mean, yeah, sure, if we populate Mars for 100 or so years, everything on Earth may reset back to normal, but even then, if it does, that just doesn't mean like, oh, we can just bounce back and forth between both planets endlessly. It still means you have to make sure we take accountability for this. Humanity, I ask you not to waste this opportunity. Be better, be braver, and be stronger. We are stronger united than we are apart. God bless the United States. God bless America. God bless the Earth. And God bless Mars. This is going to be, I think, what might possibly be one of my final logs on the planet. Food supplies are running low. It's getting a little bit harder to keep the stuff up. In any event, I have been working on the artificial intelligence to make sure that it keeps up on the machinery. So, see what happens. You might get another log from me, you might not. Alright. This is going to be Captain Baker, signing off. And know that with you all, my hopes and dreams for the future lie.